as a performance enhancer, according to the World Doping Agency. 23-year-old just in a second year of a 14-year, $340 million contract. So with the Padres tonight in D.C., ESPN's Coley Harvey joins us live on SportsCenter. So, Coley, how did Tatis's teammates react post-game to the news?
Max, there was a lot of disappointment in the Padres clubhouse following this game. You heard it from numerous players. You even heard it from the manager, Bob Melvin. And that disappointment, it echoed what GM A.J. Preller said earlier in the evening to some of the local beat reporters who cover this team. He had basically said at that time that he's having some trouble trusting Fernando Tatís Jr. because this is not the first incident that Tatís, of course, has been part of in these last couple of seasons. As for that disappointment, the opinions on exactly how the players feel about Tatís, well, they ranged all over the gamut. Bob Melvin mentioning that to us reporters post-game. And we heard from players just a few moments ago who expressed those feelings and those emotions, and one of them was not mincing very many words.
Very disappointed. It's the second time we've been disappointed with him, and it's just, you hope he grows up and, learns from this and learns that it's not just, it's about more than just him right now. No, look at this clubhouse. We really don't need anybody else. It'd be nice to have somebody else, but we don't need anybody else. We got everyone we need right here.
He hasn't been part of the team all year, and we've gotten to this point so far without him. We're waiting to get him back, and hopefully, him to be a spark plug for the team. But we've been doing it all year. Just continue doing it. Same message continues to go since day one, since we had all year. So we still have the same goal, which is to try to make a World Series and bring a championship to San Diego, and that's what we're going to try to continue to do.
The goal may be the same, Manny Machado said, but he also said that it doesn't really matter of hearing from Fernando Tatís, at least not right now, because the focus is on trying to continue on throughout this season and trying to get to that World Series. That sort of echoes what I heard from Mike Clevenger when I spoke to him after the game. I asked him what did he want to hear from Fernando Tatís Jr. when he had a chance to talk to him, and he said honestly he didn't know because it's just still so soon after receiving this news. It was just 30 minutes before the game that the Padres players even found out themselves that this would be happening. So Clevenger told me when it's time to cross that bridge, they will certainly do that. And again, this was happening on a night that was supposed to be all about Juan Soto and his return to D.C., but we're also having this conversation about Fernando Tatís Jr., as you alluded to, Max.
Look, there's keeping it real, and then there's keeping it real like his teammates did. A lot of work ahead for Tatís on the field and off, as Coley Harvey covering the Padres in D.C. All right, so Tatís, he's just the third player in the expansion era to miss the entire season following a top 3 finish in MVP voting.